Welcome to the Texas A&M University department that services what is arguably the world's largest industry, the leisure industries. This is an eclectic field. It covers a range of things. We summarize them under the headings of recreation, park, and tourism sciences. This department has consistently, over its 45-year history, been ranked at the best in the nation at what we do. People look at this department and they tend to think it's rather flippant. Recreation, parks, and tourism doesn't sound very scholarly. It sounds flippant and it sounds sort of playful. So let me get past the labels. When we talk about recreation, we're talking about two things in this department. We're talking about youth development and we're talking about community development. And those are done through the mechanisms of something called recreation. When we talk about tourism, we're talking about economic development, sustainable economic development. And when we talk about parks, we're talking about conservation and sustainability. And when you talk to Texans, or folks elsewhere in the world, you will find that youth development, community development, economic development, and environmental sustainability are among the highest priorities that those Texans have. What this department does is important work and it's highly relevant to society. The faculty of this department come in with multiple disciplines. We come from the disciplines and we focus on the field of parks, recreation, and tourism. And so many of my colleagues are in marketing, they're in sociology, they're in finance, their background is in law, it's in cultural anthropology. Their training is in those disciplines. They focus those on the distinctive challenges associated with managing in the leisure industries and with understanding the behavior of leisure consumers. Our graduates go in multiple kinds of positions, and it'll give you a feel for the kind of eclectic department we are. We have people in city, park, and recreation departments, and also at the state level and federal levels. We have people who are in management training programs in hotels and who work on managing the front desk of a hotel, people in convention and visitors bureaus, people who are in golf leadership, people who are on cruise ships. We have a study abroad program. There's camp leadership. There's folks who are into spiritual organizations. And there's a lot of connections between being a church pastor or a youth minister and what we do in youth development and community development. It's about relationships. And so many of those people have an interest in religious kinds of organizations, also find a home in this department. The department puts a lot of emphasis on fieldwork. Many of our courses will engage in fieldwork. We have, for example, during the break between the spring and the summer school, we have one gentleman who used to be the director of state parks in Texas for 10 years, takes a field trip out for a week around all of the state and national parks in Texas. Another gentleman who's head of the Tourism Trade Association in Texas takes a group around all of the major attractions and hotels in Texas, and it's fieldwork, hands-on fieldwork experiences. We have a very active study abroad program which goes out twice a year during the Christmas vacation and the summer vacation to Australia and Fiji. We have another very active program called Study Abroad, where we have arrangements with cruise ship companies where our students go on board the cruise ship for a week and get an understanding of how that operates, and many people get hired out of that. But perhaps the most distinctive feature of all in this department is that it is fairly intimate. In a university with 54,000 students on this campus, it's easy to get lost. But here, it's a fairly small department. The faculty know the students, they know their names, they're not a number passing through. They regard it as a privilege to mentor and interact with them. All faculty have an open door policy, and students can come in and visit at any time. and we enjoy the opportunity to watch these young people grow and mentor them as they go on through. So there's a genuine interest in students in this small department, which is perhaps more difficult for some of the larger departments at Texas A&M University to accommodate. So, welcome to Recreation Parks and Tourism Sciences. And if you'd like to know more, please contact our department head, and I'm sure he'll be pleased to help you.